Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephanie if you're new here, and today we're going to be swatching the ILNP Golden Hour collection. So I'm super excited, one, because ILNP actually sent this to me in PR, so that's just exciting. But two, I'm also just so obsessed with the Golden Hour aesthetic, so I decided to lean into that and do the swatches of these in the sun. So you'll have to let me know what you think of that, if it's something you would want to see in some videos every once in a while. Just let me know. But yeah, let's just get into it. The first shade is Horizon, which is described as a brilliantly vivid iridescent gold shimmer accented with holographic microflakes. This polish is a little sheer, but so sparkly, so I think it actually looks really whimsical on just one coat. They do recommend doing 2 coats, which I still think looks so beautiful since the flakies are built up a little bit more, but you can still see through to my nail line. This is definitely one of those polishes that isn't meant to be 100% opaque, but I still wanted to show you how it looked on 3 coats in case you were curious. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. I'm curious to know which number of coats was your favorite look because I think they're all stunning, and I think I would go with 1 coat. The next shade is Afterlight, which is a delicate and creamy pale oatmeal nail polish with golden flakes. I would describe this more as a crelly than a full cream, where the base can be a little bit patchy depending on your application, but it is still pretty easy to work with. I believe this is the same formula as their speckled polishes released a few springs ago, and I think this is just such a flattering neutral. I ended up just doing 2 coats for this shade, but I could see you needing a 3rd coat if you have longer nails or if you prefer thinner coats. Next up is Whisper, which is a warm and romantic pink jelly polish sprinkled with glowing iridescent flakies. Since this is a jelly, it features a super sheer but buildable pink tinted base, and it can look a little peachy depending on the lighting. I got pretty even coverage and ended up just doing 2 coats, but of course you can build up the base a little bit more by doing a 3rd coat. It probably just won't be 100% opaque, but at least the flakies would be layered up a little bit more. Even still, I think this is such a lovely, barely there shade, and definitely super romantic with those glowing flakes. Absolutely love this one. The next polish is Sundown, which is a lustrous, warm golden shimmer in a peach base. So on the website it says the shimmer is holographic, but I didn't really see that in my swatch. I still absolutely love this shade though, and I think this one is my favorite. There's something about the strong gold shimmer with this base color that just gets to me. And it had beautiful coverage on the first coat, and I ended up just doing 2 coats for full coverage on this one. But funny enough, I think I preferred how it looked on just 1 coat. It was just so soft and dreamy. Next up is Good as Gold, an intense warm gold ultra metallic with a striking holographic sparkle. This is another one that I didn't really see the holo in, but oh my gosh, is it sparkly. I would say the base is in between a jelly and a crelly. It's definitely more on the sheer side, so the gold flakes really stand out, but it's still very pigmented and not super sheer like traditional jellies, so it builds up really nicely. The gold flakies are easily the star of this polish. I love how they twinkle in the sun. So I ended up just needing 2 coats because it was basically opaque for me at that point. And lastly is ILNP's first magnetic polish, Amber, which is described as a deep terracotta-hued polish with a touch of gold sparkle. I actually really love the subtle gold sparkle that still shows up after you magnetize it. But I do think that this is a little too orangey to be described as terracotta. It's still really glowy and really beautiful though. So whenever I swatch magnetics, I prefer holding the magnet under my finger. I just find it easier, and I think it's cool to see the polish magnetize right before your eyes. So like other magnetics, this polish has a jelly base, so you'll likely need 3 coats for full coverage like I'm doing here. It's best to use the magnet with each coat as well as after applying top coat to really get it to hold. I guess I was holding the magnet too low, so here you can see me moving around and the pigment is shifting around a little bit. I know magnets can be tedious and time consuming, but they really are such a cool finish. So you'll have to let me know what you think of their first magnetic polish. And that concludes my swatch and review for the ILNP Golden Hour collection. As always, I would love to hear what you think of this collection. If you have a favorite shade, just any and all thoughts, leave them down below so we can chat. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!